because at the end of the day, you know, it is like we gotta overcome these challenges. You know, we have to do these conversations. If people feel uncomfortable, that's good, because if you don't feel uncomfortable, you're not gonna grow as an individual. You know.
Yeah, it's just sad to like be a student here and figure out that happens.
And I'm really upset about the people who are trying to defend them. So I know a lot of people who are saying they want to hear their side of the story, they want to hear why they said these things, blaming it on them being drunk, but that's not the issue here.
I guess I'd say that what has happened today should shake people up in this room, because if this is who you think we are as a community, we should be really troubled.
Now, Citrus TV News live at 6 starts with breaking news.
Outrage continues following the suspension of the Syracuse chapter of fraternity Theta Tau. A video released yesterday shows fraternity members using highly offensive language targeting several minority and ethnic groups. Good evening, I'm Connor White.
And I'm Jack Watson. Details about the video, which had yet to be released, spurred a massive student protest yesterday that began outside Chancellor Kent Severud's house and ended at Hendricks Chapel.
There, members of the SU community discussed the impacts of the video and whether or not it should be released. A receptionist at Theta Tau's national office says officials have been flying into Syracuse today to investigate. The Theta Tau website has since been taken down.
Students expressed disgust with the alleged contents of the video, and some called for the expulsion of Theta Tau members. The Daily Orange released the video late last night. The video currently has over 300,000 views. Citrus TV has chosen not to publish the video due to its vulgar and indecent nature.
We now go live to Citrus TV reporter Anna Azallion, who is outside the Theta Tau fraternity, with more on the events that unfolded yesterday. Anna?
Good evening, Jack and Connor. Like you said, I'm live outside Theta Tau, a professional fraternity here at SU for engineering students, and they were actually suspended yesterday. This happened because the administration received reports of a video in which pledges and members of Theta Tau were using slurs against minorities. Now, in response to this incident, students at SU organized a number of meetings yesterday to discuss the incident and the greater issue of diversity here at SU. The first meeting took place at 2:30 at Hendricks Chapel. After that, there was a University Senate meeting at 4. Following that, students protested here at Theta Tau as well as at the Chancellor's house, and they walked all the way to Hendricks Chapel, where there was another meeting at 7 p.m. for more discussion about the incident. And I actually went to these meetings and spoke with students about their response to the incident. SU students took to different parts of campus yesterday to protest actions of a professional fraternity for engineering students on campus. Members of the fraternity Theta Tau alluded to several minorities using slurs in a video of what the Theta Tau National Facebook page says was not a hazing ritual.
When I first heard about what happened, sadly I wasn't surprised about it, just because, this isn't the first time something like this has happened. Like, I hear stories all the time.
Theta Tau was suspended yesterday after the chancellor heard about the incident. During 2 separate events at Hendricks Chapel, students expressed their disappointment with the university's response so far.
A suspension might be like a slap on the wrist for them. Like, they'll come back after their suspension and think it's still okay to do that stuff.
After hearing from students at Hendricks Chapel, Chancellor Kent Severud moved on to Maxwell for the University Senate meeting. Straying from the previously scheduled agenda, Severud began by addressing the Theta Tau incident.
I think what happened today was first an effort to communicate quickly the facts as we were aware of them. That's one thing we learned I've learned from the past, is that slowness in communicating and thinking first of public relations rather than transparency is a problem.
One senator introduced a resolution on the incident. Some senators, however, thought it was too vague and inappropriate to do anything further without following the usual procedure, which involves hearings among other steps.
It's taken an immediate action of suspending the organization, and to do anything further without having actually had hearings and giving them an opportunity to present their side would just be premature and inappropriate.
Multiple students spoke at the meeting, expressing their concerns and what they want to be done.
You know what I don't understand? You tell us that there needs to be a formal investigation, yet the video is out there. The video is out there with all the proof that you need, that these people are violating everything that you guys say that the school represents.
After at least 20 minutes of discussion, the students at the meeting walked out and moved on to the Chancellor's house to protest. Students expressed their concerns and frustrations at these protests,
and at a meeting at Hendricks Chapel that evening.
And I'm really upset about the people who are trying to defend them. So I know a lot of people who are saying they want to hear their side of the story. They want to hear why they said these things, blaming it on them being drunk. But that's not the issue here. And this is also not an isolated incident. This happens so much on this campus and people don't know about it.
Syverud took notes at the 2:30 p.m. meeting on what students wanted to see done. He presented some of these ideas at the Senate meeting.
So the question I'm taking from this afternoon is what steps can happen fairly promptly that are not business as usual in response to what we've learned. I don't want to say what those would be because in some ways it's disrespectful for what I expect to learn still today, including in conversations and hearing from people later today.
Syverud did not attend the second meeting at Hendricks Chapel, which took place after the Senate meeting. Many students took notice of this and asked, "Where's Kent?"
Now, Syverud was not at the second meeting at Hendricks Chapel at 7 p.m., and students were very unhappy about this. They're also generally unhappy with his response to the incident. Now, the biggest thing that students want the university to do, they want the frat to be more than just suspended. They want that Theta Tau sign taken off of the house, and they want students expelled for this incident. Now, students felt that this incident was not isolated, that there was more that was happening. When we spoke with the incoming SA president and vice president, here's what they had to say.
The thing is that, there's a comment about how the problem did not start in Greek life. It's just an example of it, and that is so valid and that's so true. But just because that's not the only place where there's a problem, or that problem didn't originate there, does not mean that it doesn't need to be addressed there, because this has happened multiple times, and that's I think an audit is necessary, because it's not everybody in Greek life is racist, homophobic, anti-Semitic, sexist, but there is a presence in Greek life, and we shouldn't just ignore it just because it's not all of Greek life.
The large majority of our campus and a large majority of those marginalized students are in Greek life, and they deserve to just know what's happening.
Talking points of the Hendricks Chapel meetings.
Now, the biggest theme was that students wanted the university to release the video of the Theta Tau incident. They even started a hashtag, release the video. Now, late last night, the video was released, but it was not by the university. Another theme that students were saying at the Hendricks Chapel meetings were that this is not an isolated incident, that there's a bigger theme of discrimination on our campus that they want to address. The biggest thing they wanted to do was change the culture at our campus and really fix this issue. Now, Nicole Dementry will have more at the Chancellor's House later on in the show. For now, I'm Anna Azallion reporting live outside Theta Tau. Back to you guys in studio.
Thanks, Anna. We will have more information on the Theta Tau story later in the show.